Alright, Axis and Allies Nation. This is Sergeant Eclipse in his first ever video. Alright, here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. I just barely moved. Awesome. And I decided to do a little video. It's a 20 IPC challenge with ships. Well, not really challenge, but experiment. To see what you can do with 20 IPCs for your naval fleet. Because boats are pretty expensive, and these ships really can help you win games. So knowing how to budget your money to put so much onto your land, air, and sea is definitely important. And let's say you have 20 extra you can just spend on in the ocean. So first off, we're gonna take a look at the prices and see what their abilities are, if they have any. All right, so your first unit you're gonna have here is a really cheap 6 IPC submarine. All right, now they do have one ability, which is, I call it submerge, but let me see, what's it called? I forgot. But the premise of it is when you go into battle, you may roll once if there's no destroyer present. So if there's any boat besides a destroyer, this ability can work. You can attack, and then you can choose to withdraw from the battle if you'd like to with your submarine. All right. So that's a submarine for you. Transport. It does not attack or defend. It attacks at a 2 and defends on a 1. All right. Sorry about that. Should have clarified that sooner. All right, but the transports, they cost 7 IPCs. They do not attack or defend on any die roll. And just for a little rules, all ships, actually all units, defend and attack on different. So if let's say it attacks at 2, it means it can attack on a 2 and below, so a 2 and a 1. All right, but if you have a battleship, it attacks at a 4 and below, so a 4, a 3, a 2, and a 1. Alright, anyways, this does not attack or defend on anything. It has to be accompanied by a boat. I don't know if it's a submarine. I'll take a look at the rules about that. But yeah. Let's see here. Then you got yourself a good old destroyer. Probably one of my favorite units to put out because of its versatility and its ability to stop the submarine. Really good ability. So it helps how you can be defended from submarines, but also have a decent attacker on the ocean. It's kind of like the middle ground for the boats. Really good. And a ship that's kind of been a bust, but honestly, in real life, is my favorite type of ship, a cruiser. And if you want to know more about cruisers and why they seem to be really weak in this game, go check out Corporal Clegg's video on that. He will explain it, called Our Cruisers for Losers. Anyways, it attacks at a 3-3, and its ability is to bombard, which means that if there's an amphibious assault, you may also have this guy roll as well, helping your soldiers get a better chance to attack on land. These also attack at a 2-2 as well. Well, not as well, but these attack at 2-2, 3-3, and here's one that isn't really an attacker by itself, but is really good and very resourceful, which I love to play. Since I play as Japan a lot, which is my favorite country to play in Axis and Allies, these things are literally my favorite. I'm able to maneuver my planes in so many ways, which I wouldn't be able to if I didn't have them, obviously. But they cost 14 IPCs. By themselves, they attack at a 1 and defend at a 2. With a little bit of help from their planes, they become much stronger, because planes attack at 3 and defend on a 4. So remember, those are always options and strategy to play within the game. Now you have the king of the boats themselves. All right, a good old 20 IPC, 14 for this, 12, 8, 7, 6, 20. Though it does come with its ability to bombard, and if it gets hit, it does not sink immediately, it gets damaged, and if it gets hit again, it sinks. Meaning that you get some pretty decent bang for your buck. But as you know, it's a 20 IPC video. This boat covers 20 IPCs. But let me go over some cases with you and show you where it could be very, very, very useful, besides its ability to bombard. Alright, now that we have that out of the way, we're going to do some testing. Alright, we're going to go through a couple of battle scenarios, and we're going to see what the best thing we can do with 20 IPCs. Alright, so let's see here. Let's say we're trying to transport some people, some tanks, anything. First off, you need a transport ship, right? 7 IPCs, boom, 13 left. What do? You have the option to get 2 submarines, but have 1 IPC left. Alright? Or you can go a very, very, very route. You can choose the route that I would go with. One of these and leave it as that. Alright? And then of course you have one more option, the cruiser option, to help with the bombarding. Honestly, I'd rather go with the cruiser, one cruiser, over this. Mainly because if you let's just say you battle one of these things out one-on-one, right? I'm gonna do a little bit of testing for you guys real quick, live. Alright. 4, miss. 3, miss. Wow, these things are really not accurate. Okay, it sank this one, alright? Not proving my point very well, but there's a hit and a hit back, miss. So 50-50 so far after 2 tests. Alright, the destroyer's up. Alright, this is 3-1, which is kind of putting in perspective what I was saying earlier about the video from Corporal Clegg. Sometimes the bigger ship is not always better, which is why I personally choose this, but it would make sense to choose this. Honestly, my choice, in my opinion, I'd go with the destroyer. Not only did the mathematics show you by accident when I was trying to prove that this ship was good, but it is a good all-around ship defending you from submarines, which can honestly cripple your fleet if you don't have any destroyers in them. And honestly, I'm a huge fan of cruisers, but that bombard would really help you if you're kind of lacking. All right, so it's either the choice between safer travel, or a choice between helping you when you get to your destination. All right, so very, 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 very important thing to think about. All right, now if you're looking for a big old tank, something to really pack a punch and add it very, very, very big depth into your fleet, definitely consider getting a battleship. Very, 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 very good boat. All around, probably one of my favorites in this entire game on the ocean. Only thing I wish is it was just a bit cheaper, but if it's a good boat, it's going to be expensive. And another really fun thing I like to do is put a couple of these too. I haven't really had the opportunity to play this combination really ever. I don't really play submarines as much as I should, mainly because you're able to get stopped by the destroyers, but I like to play submarines and aircraft carriers. Again, for 20 IPCs, very, very, very good for defending in the ocean, especially if these are stocked with planes. If not, definitely keep something by your aircraft carrier, something like this, or again, a destroyer. Or if you really want to intimidate your opponent, sure, go ahead, throw a battleship right next to it. No one's going to swing into that thing with a small fleet, or really no fleet at all. So yeah. And one ship I really didn't cover a whole lot about. Let me see here. Actually, I did cover basically all of them. Wow. So yeah, it all depends on your objective. If you try and take things by land, you always have to have a transport, and your choice between these two is up to you, depending on whether you want more firepower on the land or more safe travel on the ocean. That's what you want to do if you're transporting people across the water. If you're just in combat in the water and you want to have depth to your fleet, again, boom, destroyer, a good all-around boat. But if you have that 20 IPCs and you already have a well-rounded fleet, boom, throw one of these things in here. Those definitely help. And if not, and if you already have one of these two already, boom, just throw some submarines in there. They will not hurt anything. And if you have 20 IPCs, of course, go with 2 destroyers as well. You have so many options to do. Alright? I'm sorry for all you cruiser fans out there, but there are of course some things that you will want to have with these cruisers. Like if you're starting the game off early and you have one cruiser versus a destroyer, you want to keep your cruisers. I wouldn't say purposely buy them all the time, even though I do in the game. I use them just for bombardments mostly, and they help me out there greatly. So yes, that's my 20 IPC challenge of sorts. If you guys have any questions or any other videos you guys want to see, let me know. But yeah, there's some definite sure ways to build a good fleet and definitely make sure it's strong. If you want to have more videos about fleets, about any tactics or anything like that, let me know. By the way, first video out. Really excited to be here. Hey YouTube. Alright, that's it. Have a good one, guys.